how to deal with depression? Well, you know, first of all, I want to say something very important. Depression is pathological. It's a pathology. You know, I think people should stop saying that, oh, he's just like you know, creating problems. No, depression is pathological. It's a disease. It's a chemical disease. No, it has to do with chemical issues. That's why depressive people should take medicaments, should take medicines. So this is the first point. So depression is like uh, you know, having a disease. Let's say you have to be treated. You have to be treated. Well, that being told, I think treated by a doctor, of course. That being told, I think you can do lots of things as well to avoid or to minimize or something like, you know, let's say something to make it more, to make it lighter, let's say, no, like not, maybe not a medicine but some kind of placebo, you know, like. So if you have trends to be depressive, of course you should do sports. You should you know, live the life you want to live. You should have friends. You should have, you know, love, give love, build a life, whatever it's your project, if it's a career or making money or getting married. I think depression, most of cases, one of the psychological things that I really believe that affects, besides the chemical thing, besides the pathology, but I think the component, the psychological component of depression is you not living the life that you want to live. Like, you want blue and you live green. And so there is a gap. And when there is this gap between the life you're living and the life you wanted to live, then you can go into depression. I really believe that. So try to talk to yourself, of course, in a long term. You cannot do this in 2 days, but try to push yourself into the direction that your life should take. Because depression is like, in terms of sport, it's like a stress. It's like you're doing something wrong, something that is not you, something that you don't want for your life, every day, every week, every month, every year, year after year. And there is a moment that you can't anymore. You know, you can't take it anymore. And then you become depressive. And this plus, you know, genetic issues, plus environment, plus you know, external temperature, plus you've been abandoned by your partner, etc. Depression is a very big problem in our world, in our modern world. Many years ago, especially before the Second World War, we did not have psychoanalysis, for example. Psychoanalysis during the war, it's like in between wars, developed human science, right? By the way, Freud, who is the father of psychoanalysis, he died during the Second World War. And I think depression is one of the most difficult pathologies of modern man, because this world is very hard to understand. It's very hard to fit. It's very hard to understand, to comprehend. And most of people, they don't have the life that they would like to have. And it's a depression. You know, in some languages, depression means a hole. When you go in the street and you have a depression, for example, in Spanish, depresión, it's a hole. So I think it's a little bit like this. When you are in a hole, then you can't just lift yourself and keep walking. The important thing to know is that know who you love, know what you love to do, and follow your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Sooner or later, if you don't follow your heart, you have depression. Sooner or later. Go to the doctor, do sports, and work hard to minimize it, but follow your heart. Follow your heart. This is the most important thing to do.